What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury views Joyce as a tougher opponent than Oleksandr Usyk. And this is what he said. He said, "People have been asking me all night, who is the toughest fight, Usyk or Joyce? In my opinion, Usyk is the slicker boxer, but Joyce is the juggernaut. And I think Joe gives me a tougher fight than Usyk 100%, Fury stated in The Sun. Big Joe is 6'7" and 19 and a half stones, like a juggernaut coming forward at me, trying to smash me to pieces. Or Usyk trying to steal a jab, running around the ring, trying to nick a point here and there. So I think that Usyk is a very good fighter. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's the undisputed cruiserweight champion, and he's unified heavyweight champion. So he's had a fantastic career, but I think I'll do a job on him. We're hopefully going to see the biggest year of my career, 2023. We're going to get the big fights that the fans really crave. First of all, let's talk about Usyk. I'm ready, I'm willing and to take on Usyk next, whether it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, back in the UK. Both places will be fantastic, and let's give the fans one champion, one face, one name. Usyk's up for the challenge. He came over tonight, so fair play to him. He's not an easy boxer to figure out. He's slick and he's a southpaw mover with very good boxing skills, Olympic gold medalist, and he's coming on some good form. So I'm really looking forward to the challenge. Those are the words of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Let me counterpunch. Him saying that Joyce is a tougher fight. You know, it very well might be because of the style of how Juggernaut comes at you. Since the Juggernaut is the Juggernaut, Juggernaut's charge, the Juggernaut I know from Marvel, he's coming right at you. And I think that could be a problem for Tyson Fury, but then again, it could be like a bull in a matador as well. I think that Tyson Fury, knowing what he saw against Parker, and he expected Parker with his boxing skills to beat up Joyce, but Joyce timed those shots, those quick shots, those faster 1-2s or 1-2-3-4s. He timed it with his own 1-2. Okay, and I think it depends on how Tyson Fury fights Joyce, because if he tries to fight, I'm talking about toe-to-toe, he's screwed. He's not going to beat Joyce toe-to-toe. That won't happen. What he could do, he could pick him off round by round by round, you know, and hopefully he doesn't get tired, because what Joyce does, Joyce uses his jab as a range finder. And then once he sees combinations starting to fly from the opponent, then he'll throw something, you know, a power shot, either a left hook or a right hand or whatever's available. He's going to throw it. Then more than likely, he has very good punch placement to be that slow. But slow is a state of mind, because all you need to be slow is time. Bars, because timing beats speed. And anything you've noticed about the Joseph Parker fight, he timed Joseph Parker a lot of those punches. Joseph Parker was trying to get that 4 or 5 in there, but Joyce was constantly landing that 1 and that 2. You know, sometimes he would land 2, 3, or 4, especially when he pinned him on the ropes. And it's going to be a different situation for somebody like Tyson Fury. Whereas Oleksandr Usyk, it's going to be more like a chess match, because he's going to have to try to figure out Oleksandr Usyk. Now, the question, $1 million question is, you remember when I told you guys that if Anthony Joshua tried to box Oleksandr Usyk, what you think would take place? And I told you guys, I think he would lose, because he does not supposed to box a boxer. He's supposed to fight a boxer. Well, what happens if Tyson Fury goes down that same road? He's a better boxer than Anthony Joshua. He's a little quicker. I think he's quicker. You know, how could he match up against Oleksandr Usyk? Or can he at all? Will that be the same outcome for Tyson Fury if he decided to box? It depends. You know, but the crunk style, I think Oleksandr Usyk would definitely know how that would go. But being the toughest, I think the toughest probably would be Joyce. The more difficult would be Oleksandr Usyk because of different attributes they both have. One's shorter, one's quicker, one's a better boxer, one's faster, one's trickier, while the other one's bigger, maybe physically stronger, endurance is up, has a gas tank. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking. That will very well upset anybody. Or should I say discourage anybody. That's a bad discouragement. You know? So if you get discouraged by that type of poker face by Joyce, and Joyce is constantly getting, yeah. If he still keeps coming forward, he's going to get you. So, you know, but then can Tyson Fury, you know, close the ring? So we will learn a lot about Tyson Fury that day, but let me shine something on you before I leave. If he wants Joyce, I want people to understand this. If he wants Joyce or if he wants Usyk, stop trying to pawn Joyce on somebody like Wilder. Stop doing that. That's your baby. You're from the UK. He's from the UK. You guys are two huge guys. The Gypsy King versus the Juggernaut. Stop trying to set fighters up that you've already beaten and try to play matchmaker. That's what my suggestion for Tyson Fury should be. You know, hey, give him to Joyce. You know, why? Why don't you get Joyce? Because he's still undefeated. And if you are the only one beat him, you take full credit from that, just like you did Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, Otto Vailene, Tom Schwartz, all those guys that were undefeated that he fought, he would get credit for another notch in the belt. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, claiming that Joyce is tougher than Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!